doing private act must be invalidated. But if the player who's inside attack the player who's outside, even though the player crossed the line, if attack is happened before Kalyo by center referee, the point is valid. So this player will not receive any kamcheon, and the point will stay. Please remember this. It's important.
Go for a big knockout if he can find something. Tries for it. To his great credit there. Gets one on the board. 10 points of a difference. Less than 10 seconds to go.
So when the player goes out, okay.
And it will be the kamcheon against the credit there.
So usually, center referee officiating using this alert area, but when they are closer to the boundary line, center referee should be closer as well. That's okay. And then one player goes out, declare kalyo, which is break immediately. Okay, we don't want to see both players going out and give both players. We want to give more advantage to the aggressive player. So this player, after receiving a kamcheon for crossing boundary line, he can only resume the match about 1 meter from boundary line. Okay.
Video replay comes to goal, not much time either. On the defensive, she'll give away the kamcheon. 3 to go. 3 points. Can it be a moment of pressure? Chris has got the flexibility in the clinch if you can get there.
Now we're going to move on. We cannot watch all the videos because we have a limited time, only 1 hour. So I'm going to show about 2 videos. Falling down, when any part of the body other than the sole of the foot touches the mat, if both contestants fall as a result of incidental collision, shin crash, both kicking each other and kick each other's shin, or kicking each other, just normal exchange, no penalty shall be given. And the waving off sign will be used. If one of the contestants falls from collision, the fallen contestant must receive a kamcheon. And another case is one of them is clearly grabbing onto opponent and he's falling or she is falling, and with grabbing, and other player has no choice but falling with the other player by grabbing. So this case, we don't use wave off sign. Waving off is the one who caused Chung to fall. Other case, I give you example, home kicks, this happens a lot, that's why I'm telling you. Home kicks low, kicking below the waist to Chung's leg or to the groin area. Chung falls down, kamcheon to home for kicking below the waist. Because home made cause Chung player to fall down by penalty, by kamcheon penalty. That's why. The falling down contestant will receive a kamcheon for falling down. After 10 counts, knockdown contestant will not receive kamcheon for falling down. If contestant staggers or falls down or crossing the boundary line during the count, because it's after kalyo, right? We call kalyo first and then we start counting. He or she will not penalize by kamcheon. So after kalyo, if any kind of misconduct happen, like punching to the face or attacking after kalyo, attacking for an opponent, or misconduct, let's say from the coach or from the player, we still can give kamcheon as a referee, but not for falling down or crossing boundary line quickly enough. So trips over the player, so player falls down, then we do not need to give kamcheon for this case. we simply ask player to stand up and just wave off, because it's center referee's fault, not the player's fault. So let's do this together. Everybody, please get involved. I want to see you. Who gets the counter? Hong kicks and fall. Hong kick and fall down. Just put H for Hong and C for Chong. Or no counter for N. Please, who gets the counter? Okay, good. You're correct. Very good. Hong kicks and Chong falls down. Who gets the counter? Good. Hong kicks and Hong and Chong fall down. Who gets the counter? And for no. No, not for both. No, I see few or many people. Both. I told you this before. If both player falls down, we don't need to give counter for both player. No one. Yes, no. So please remember, nobody gets the counter in this case. Hong grabs and Chong falls down. Hong grabbing caused Chong to fall down. Who gets the counter? Yes, Hong. Correct. Very correct. Hong and Chong falls from incidental collision. Both fell down before referee declares failure. No. Okay, good. Excellent. Hong pushes and Chong falls down. Hong pushes, Chong falls down. No, not Hong. Chong. Chong will receive a counter. Chong. Please remember, this case, Hong pushes, simply push, and Chong falls down. Chong will receive a counter for falling down. So Chong comes on, and Hong pushes while Chong is attacking, and Chong falls down, like impede attacking motion. Yes, Hong will receive a counter for pushing in this. So Chong fell down during count. Then who receive a counter? No, actually Chong falls down, knocked down, and count up to 8. Yes, Chong will receive a counter, of course. You're right, Chong. Hong kicks and Chong falls down from knockdown. Count to 10. Count to 10. Do we need to give counter? No. Yes, no. No need. Chong falls down while center referee is counting. So this is after Kalyo. No counter, of course. Very good. I want to see you. I want to see some wrong answers. So I want to clarify, and everybody, we are on the same page. This, if you do that as a routine, we can prevent many mistakes. Believe me, when there's a heat of the moment, something will happen. And many cases happen because of operator mistake or center referee does not check the scoreboard before resuming the match. So believe me, make this as a routine. So when you officiate, when you do the referee seminar or refresher, then you'll be much better referee and you'll get much higher marks. 5-second rules for not fighting. We are applying these rules to have more dynamic, exciting Taekwondo matches. So first round start, 1 minute 55 seconds. There's no activity. This is counter for avoiding by crouching her back and running away. Okay, we'll move on. Grabbing or pushing the opponent. Grabbing any part of the opponent's body, uniform, or equipment, or hooking the foot or leg with the arm. The contestant is grabbing and the opponent is pushing. One is clearly grabbing to create space to attack, grabbing, and other one is pushing to create the space to engage combating. The kamcheon shall be given to the opponent who is grabbing, of course, this case. If both of them are grabbing, you don't need to give kamcheon to both players. Just declare kalya, separate them, and resume the match. But one is clearly grabbing and the other one is pushed to get away, create space, then you need to give kamcheon to grabbing player. Usually this happens when the winning player trying to avoid the exchange. Okay. Animal kicks to the body PSS while clinching are considered as grabbing. Okay. Any kicks to body PSS, like a monkey kick or fish kick, you give kamcheon for grabbing signal, and then it point score using this kind of kicks that body PSS electronic Kogu created. Okay, you will receive a kamcheon. And if grabbing from behind, so referee declare kalyo, the referee will give a kamcheon for grabbing, but player did not stop. After kalyo, player kick again. So this is two kamcheon penalty. One for grabbing, another one for attacking after kalyo. The center referee may give two kamcheons for attacking after kalyo or any kind of misconduct. So if I give you an example, player clearly grabbing the opponent and throwing down on the floor, and then kick the player while the player is on the floor, attacking fallen opponent. So this is two kamcheon cases, one for grabbing, another one for misconduct. Or another example actually happened in competition. That's why I'm telling you. Player clearly grabbing with left hand and bring the.
The next lecture is the coaching skills for Poomsae. Please wait a second for the instructors.
Listen, I'm cool, just vanilla. On top of the class, I can get past you. Not learning my lesson. What do I lose my going inside with you?
Hey. Hello, everyone. Kim, we are living in Queensland, one of beautiful states in Australia. Nice meeting you all. He's the great athlete, and he used to be a former of representative of Poomsae athletes. For basic step is most important. Mention it, basic movement. We go for the ready stand and the scoring criteria. After ready stands, we're going to 준비 서기, which is basic stand, and horse riding stand, 주춤 서기. And after 주춤 서기, what you should looking at, and also what is the point of the referee, what is the major deduction points. And then move on to working stance, which is up 서기, and also explaining a little bit of up 서기, and then what is major deduction points for working stance. And move on to front stand, not going forward, not moving back, not to the lecture. Please memorize the stance. The major deduction points of three. 앞서기, okay, when stride, when 후비, okay, front stand,
and then counter with a kick. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 셋.
자, 두 번째 중요한 거는 항상 디펜스 발차기 할 때는
The next defensive technique we'll learn is the
셋, 팔 그대, 하나, 둘, 셋, 셋, 팔 그대,
2, 3. Switch your feet.
오늘 수업 겨루기 기본 발차기 수업이 끝났습니다.
Today ends our class on basic sparring techniques.
코로나19 때문에 지금 온라인 수업을 하고 있는데 빨리 코로나 극복돼서 대면 수업 같이 모여서 수업을 했으면 좋겠습니다.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 좋습니다. 반대발. 자, 그리고 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. 대두근 훈련법은 폼롤러를 이용해서 30초씩 2세트 해보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 대두근을 쭉 늘립니다. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 둘, 셋. 이것도 30초. 그만. 다음. 자, 반대발. 자, 이것도 30초. 자, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 하나, 둘, 셋. 자, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 10초.
Ah, that's so good. Okay, now we are going to start the last lecture.
Were expected to prevent the athlete from competition or training. Or in few months, but if you get injured, attached bone to bones, ligaments are very similar to tendons. The difference is that both of these structures are made. When get injured ankle, we can occur the negative after effect, pain, swelling, loss function, instability, these things. People who have sprained the ankle often end up spraining the ankle again. If the ankle keep turning in the activity, with activity, the condition is called ankle instability. So we have to do ankle ankle taping. Finally, now we learn first step is under wrap to protect the skin. Okay. I will give you two important things. Keep dorsiflexion and do not tight squeeze fifth metatarsal this bone. You can touch, you can feel. Have to practice again and again. Okay. So one more. They can have problems, so we have to protect skin. Ankle, easy. But you do not squeeze the fifth metatarsal. Okay, you got it? Third, 3 vertical strip. Always start taping from inside to outside. Always, because we have to support outside of ankle, lateral of ankle. So always start from inside to outside. Until now, it's me or the hands up. On step, so they can, this is dormitory, room for one person. Important. Here is a weight training center in Korea National Training Center. Over 200 athletes, over 15 to 20 sports categories. Of course, cardio training also. We have cardio training, and after that, all of athletes, someone need help, or if they sometimes they have a almost every month we have a competition of the city. So because they have to feel everything is ready. Day of competition will everything prepared, and they will fight with the best injuries. After competition to Korea, we got a medical check in host city for safe of athletes and make sure their conditions. Sometimes we got an emergency training test after. I think all when we arrived and was waiting for us in National Training Center. There are in National Training Center working 3 doctors